Hi, I'm Larry Menti. Welcome to Another Thing. The economy has shown all the signs of making a big comeback. The stock market is up. Unemployment is down. Most economic indicators point to a full recovery. But the big test is happening right now. Christmas shopping. It is the truest indicator of consumer confidence. And MeTV's Ellen Kolodziej reports after this Christmas shopping season, there should be a big wrapped economic gift to America under the tree.
The holiday shopping season can really make or break a retailer's entire year, and that's why the official season kicks off earlier every year. Sometimes you see displays in August. A new Google survey says that 30% of Americans are finished their holiday shopping by Halloween. That might explain why nationally sales were down 11% over the Thanksgiving weekend. But here locally at the Exton Square Mall, that wasn't the case. They opened their doors at 6 o'clock on Thanksgiving, and the shoppers really turned out.
We had, I'd say, maybe 70% of our stores open. It was very productive for those retailers. They had some really exciting deals going on, and people were running around scooping up everything they could.
I love it. I need to slow down. I could do it forever.
The crowds haven't slowed down much since late November, and the momentum just keeps going. So what's hot this year? Electronics again, smartphones, TVs, and tablets, and everyone's looking for a bargain.
We do know that there are all sorts of concepts out there now. People will look online and then come and see and touch. And ultimately, we know that brick and mortar wins in terms of those types of customers because they see it, they want it, they try it on, and we get that.
Price Waterhouse says the average shopper will spend about $680 this year, and that's down from $730 last year. Now, that might be a sign that some shoppers are still worried about the economy, but the Retail Federation is still optimistic. They say they expect sales to be up 4% over last year. So how much do local shoppers expect to shell out?
Usually about the same every year. We try and find some good deals. This year, we'll see what Santa Claus brings, and hopefully everything goes well.
Oh, I'm hoping to spend less, but you know how that goes. Always end up spending more, especially when you start early.
So you still have a few more days to get all your shopping done, or you might be part of a new trend. Fortune magazine says 8% of all Americans will do most of their shopping after Christmas. Reporting from Exton for MeTV, I'm Ellen Kolodziej.
Joining us now to talk more about that is John Holub, who is the president of the New Jersey Retail Merchants Association, and also Mike Diamond, who is a business reporter for the Asbury Park Press. Let's start with the good news. How significant is this increase in Christmas shopping?
It's significant. Analysts right now are predicting about a 4% increase over last year, which is a full percentage point over last year, and also ahead of the 10-year average. So it's a healthy gain, and retailers are very optimistic that we're going to hit that mark, possibly exceed it, because the most recent numbers for November came out. We had a very good November, some of the best numbers we've seen in 8 months. So it's very encouraging that we're going to have a very good holiday season.
And you talk to retailers all the time. What are they saying?
Absolutely, they're optimistic. I think cautiously optimistic because it's been a rough few years. Our world dramatically changed in 2008, 2009. So I think they're approach it with cautious optimism, but they're optimistic.
And if it stays this way, this is the best Christmas shopping season since what year?
2011. So it's been a few years since we've had these kind of numbers.
And this is something you're writing about a lot.
It is. We're taking a look at the Christmas shopping season and the impact it has. It has a major economic impact for the area. Consumer spending accounts for about 70% of the economy. So we're keeping a close eye on it and looking at just sort of as an indicator of how well the economy is doing, if we're starting to pick up some steam from the recession.
And that's the important point, isn't it? That's the important point. What does it mean? Is it an aberration, or does it really mean, hallelujah, everything's fine, the recovery's over, we're now into the good times? Yeah. Can it mean that?
It can. It's a sign of, do workers have jobs? Are they getting raises? Do they feel confident enough to spend some more money? Housing prices took a hit, so people didn't have any money that they could, from their house, that they could tap into. And then on the other side, are retailers discounting their products, or do they feel like they can get more money for what they sell?
But it is possible. There's been other years where there's been an uptick in Christmas shopping, and then it falls off a cliff come January.
Absolutely, and 2014 that happened. The beginning of this year was horrible for retailers. So we really have seen an increase just in the last few months. So it's been a little bit of a roller coaster. We have had growth over the last few years, but it's been incremental growth.
So it's a good sign, but it does not necessarily mean the economy's back.
No, I mean, we're still far away from where we were pre-recession. Pre-recession job levels just in New Jersey are we've only gained about half the jobs that we lost. So there's a lot of economic indicators. For every good economic indicator out there, there's several that are bad. So that's why I think, as I said, retailers are approaching this with cautious optimism.
And to both of you, how much is gas prices part of what's happening right now?
It was a welcome relief for a lot of consumers, especially people living paycheck to paycheck. And here in New Jersey, where the cost of living is so high, it's kind of like a tax break, right at the beginning of the holiday shopping season. The average price of gas now is about $2.55 a gallon in New Jersey. That's 75 cents less than a year ago. So I was doing some math the other day, and if you've got a 12-gallon tank, you're going to save about $9 each time you fill it up.
Yeah, and that's so much more disposable income for people to shop at your stores.
It could happen a better time. I just saw a recent analyst say that in the last 60 days nationwide, over $60 billion have been put back in consumers' pockets just because of gas prices.
And so when gas prices go back up?
Well, that's the problem. I mean, gas prices, as we all know, historically are quite volatile. So, while it's good right now, another month or two from now, who knows?
Black Friday, I saw a report in the Wall Street Journal that said you can get better deals on other days, that Black Friday is highly overrated. Is that true?
Well, I think you're seeing one of the most evolutionary periods of retail right now. And what Black Friday was just a few years ago isn't what it is today. It's really the whole month of November. Promotions are starting earlier and earlier. So you can't look at just Black Friday and what it means to retail. You have to really look at the whole month of November now.
Right, including Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Which is the worst thing that happened in retail, I think, in modern history. You beg to disagree, why?
Well, it's, the golden rule in retail is give consumers what they want. And retailers would not be open if consumers didn't want it. And the demand is there.
I think you lure them out. It's desperation. You give them.
I think the demand is there, really.
Yeah, 26 million showed up, I think, across the country.
It's significant.
But if you didn't do it, they wouldn't. They'd wait till Friday. Join with me here. You got to be against this. Save Thanksgiving. You keep hearing on some cable news about saving Christmas. Let's save Thanksgiving.
The first person I met who's supporting this.
Is that right? Is that real?
Well, the Rutgers study also showed that something like more than 80% of New Jerseyans oppose opening stores on Thanksgiving, and you hear workers needing to go in and work the 2 p.m. to midnight shift on Thanksgiving, and I don't know. I mean, I haven't shopped on Thanksgiving, but I'm curious.
No, come on, take a stand. Be stronger about this. Let's save Thanksgiving together. Here you go. This is the guy we have to talk to.
Yeah. Okay. Let's save Thanksgiving together.
Now, there's another day you told me is coming up because, as I said, there are some days, according to the Wall Street Journal, when they did a data dive over the last 10 years, where you can save more money. So, and the retailers know this too. And so, there's going to be another day we should watch.
Well, I think anytime now in the next, we're almost 2 weeks away or less than 2 weeks away, I think there could be several days between now and then because this is kind of a little bit of a dip that retailers see in sales leading up to the Saturday before Christmas. That is going to probably be the big day.
Thank you so much for coming in today. It was a great conversation.
Great.
I really appreciate it. John Holub, who is the president of the New Jersey Retail Merchants Association, and also Mike Diamond, who is a business reporter. You can read his stuff in the Asbury Park Press. We'll be back in a little bit to talk about one of those hot toys. At least the author of the book hopes is as popular as that elf on the shelf, which really creeps me out.